Alright guys, so we are about ready to get to this show on the road. As the title screen said, this is the first matches of season 29. So we're pretty happy to have RTS League back, and first game we have of the season has a pretty good clan, JSS. Some would probably say they are the favorite to win. And they're playing TM, who isn't bad, but obviously aren't as good as JSS. So we'll see what happens. This first map is TM's map. They have chosen Watering Hole. And we've got Truelok, Wookie, and Ben Gan Klassen. Or I'm sure I absolutely demolished how to pronounce that. That's on TM. And then on JSS team, we got T2, Mista, and Ert. Obviously everybody knows who Ert is. And Mista and T2, if you're a part of the community, I guess. So should be some pretty good games here. We got some real good players playing, and hopefully we'll have quite a show. If there are issues with the sound, or as a sound quality with my mic maybe not picking up right, or music not being loud enough, or there being any issues whatever, let me know in chat. I got the chat pulled up, and I will get to see that. So in case my mic is not working, I'll put that in chat too. And then we'll get to the game. Alrighty, so just real quick, a look at the Civs for each side and player placement. We've got JSS up here and over down here. The Mista down here on the pocket is Odin, and actually no, that's not the pocket, that's flank. Flank Mista, Odin. Flank T2 Aranos, pocket Ert as Ra. Over here we've got TM with the flank being Wookie for Loki, and the other flank being Truelok with Zeus, and middle we've got Ra. So pretty interesting on both teams. We got pocket Ra. I don't think JSS can be sad at all with the fact that they got Oranos and Odin on the edges and Ra in the middle. So that's pretty good placement for them. The only issue that you can see with Ra's as pockets is that Ra tends to be a little bit slow to get a military army. So if there's some early pressure put on a flank and the Ra is too slow to help, there could be some issues early on. But with Watering Hole being a pretty large map, I doubt we're going to see any early doubles or triples on anybody. So we will see. And yes, RTSLeague, if you're wondering, RTSLeague is Truelok, being silly because that's Truelok. So take a look at the map real quick. Town centers are, of course, going to be forward, as is typical in Watering Hole. We got these two town centers here pretty close together, Wookiees and T2s. So that's going to be a pretty important area to control for them. Hunt is going to be high because we are Watering Hole, and Watering Hole hunt is always high. And just a quick look, we got a pack of zebra for everybody, a backpack of hippo for everybody. There will be hunt scattered throughout the middle. We see some elephants here. The middle hunt is usually a little bit tougher to secure. So I doubt we'll see a whole lot of middle hunt. The Mista actually got a little bit fortunate with this hippo spawn here all the way in the back. That's really nice for him because it's pretty safe for where it is. And down here, Truelok hasn't scouted quite as well. He doesn't really know where much of his back hunt is. His pig here is slowly doing some scouting, while for some reason he's sending his scout over here. I guess he's looking for, I don't know what he's looking for. I'm not really sure. Gotta pause, which is a little bit annoying. Do have an early thing here. Okay, he's going to be advancing pretty quick. So he's advancing through the standard for SETI, and it looks like he's going to be up as soon as this dwarf is done, so it'll be about a 440 for SETI advance. And he's not quite up yet. I'm going to guess he's probably going to advance after this ox cart gets popped out, because he's almost got this. Still not sure why we're paused. Relics, look at relics. I love relics. Arrows of Alfar helps buildings. That's okay. Not a bad relic, but nothing that's going to change the way the game goes, I guess. But it's helpful if you get it. I wish I knew why we were paused. This is kind of frustrating. The only other relic so far that we've got is the Golden Lions. Not a good relic overall. Only very rarely will you see it useful. And this is probably not going to be... Ooh, we see a villager almost to the town center here. I'm going to assume as soon as we unpause, we are going to see this town center getting made right there. Alright, so it looks like somebody called Wookie. And yep, hey, look at that, I was right. Who would have thought it? We got an early town center from T2, which is a little bit risky. Especially that he's facing off against a Loki. That's risky, but if he's able to get it done without any issues, then he'll be pretty strong later on. But man, that's especially with a pocket raw, man, that can be a little bit dicey if they get some early pressure. But judging by the fact that Wookie is built way back here, I think T2 will be okay. What we're gonna see from the raw, we're probably gonna see pretty standard 2 town center Ptah. Yeah, it looks like that's what Erd is doing. That's for sure. And he's not. This is a slow advance for Benji. I'm gonna call him Benji just because that's easier. But yeah, slow advance for Benji. He should really be advancing by now. I'm assuming after this villager. No, one more. That's really slow. Because that means Ert's gonna get his rain off before Benji has any farms. So that's not good. I'm wondering if he doesn't have enough food to advance because he had to march all the way down here to get his hunt. I don't know why he didn't hunt from here so that he didn't have this delayed advance time. That is really slow advance. Holy cow, 6 minutes. We do see over here the Mista's throwing up some defensive walls, which is good because he's going to want to be able to use that without issues. It also looks like he's going to be grabbing a town center early on too. He sure is. So each of the flanks are getting early town centers. And yeah, there's no pressure from the Loki yet at all. And there's room for him to do some damage. I don't know if he ever used spy though. I don't see a spied unit anywhere at all. Yeah, this advance from Benji is too slow, way too slow. You're gonna see he's not gonna get in on this rain, which is gonna be huge. Also, we have the very first aggression of the entire season 29. He's attacking a tower. And by attacking this tower, he really doesn't accomplish too much. He does get a little favor generation, but I'd rather see him actually doing something to cause villagers to go idle. So he's killing a tower that really protects absolutely nothing at all. And we do have forest fire here, and True Loke responded by bolting the Valkyrie. And he's rebuilding his storehouse, even though he doesn't have to. I guess he wanted to. So yeah, we see this first rain, and how many farms do we have for Benji? Absolutely 0. So that's a big problem for him. Oh, wrong button. He does have the required plow and husbandry. Always get plow and husbandry before. Hold the RTSLeague signals. Yeah, that would be pretty cool if we could have something like that. So True Loke is as well. He got a second town center. He's currently has no food, as we can see by the fact that he is training no villagers. In fact, these are his only villagers that are gathering food right now. But holy cow, look at all these pigs. 17 pigs. You could eat on that forever. So we have Wookie trying to do some aggression here, and I don't think he's getting too much down here. Yeah, he's sending the troll home because that just slows everybody down. He does have the Hall of Thanes. I imagine he's going to be getting the other speed upgrade in just a little bit. And he has one hearse here doing a big raid. And Mista is currently doing nothing at all except booming. Let's see what he's got for resources. Nope, that's not Mista. It doesn't have too much yet. Ert's up with Hathor, pretty standard. He'll be up right at 830, and he's going to be up a decent amount faster than Benji, who is just now getting in on his reign. So Ert gets to benefit from 2 reigns, Benji just 1. Ert's asking for line of sight. He's wanting the Locust on Loki. It's kind of helpful that I can see what he's saying. So he's looking line of sight from T-Dude to send something over. That's going to get him his line of sight that he needs. Yeah, nice little raid here if he can properly... Oh, man. He's going to get it. Alright, good surround. Always want to surround those fatties. In situations like this as Pocket Raw, sometimes what I like to do, which is obviously Raw, or Ert isn't doing it, I like to use Shifting Sands when I get heroic and use that to like shift forward and build my forward base here, which he's doing way back here, which is fine, especially because there's absolutely no pressure being put on the flanks. But it's just something that can be done sometimes, and he is getting... Oh. Well, that's the end of all gold mining for Wookie. This guy survives though. He's a monster, but the rest of them are all dead. This guy, yeah. That's gotta hurt. As soon as this ends, it's hard to tell how many there are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll go with 9 just to be safe. So 9 dwarfs, and that's all. And yeah, always follow up the Locust with harass from your Petsuchos plus Rock. And that's really going to hurt. So right now he's down to... Well, he does have some more villagers back here mining gold, but that hurts. Benji is building way back. It's even more back than Ert. So what we're going to see here is Wookie is going to get a pretty hefty double team, I think. And Benji is going to be too slow to help out. That Locust is going to put Wookie quite a bit behind. He is advancing up, but his whole army is this, which isn't much. Nice troll placement here to get at the rock, but not quite. And down here we just see some raids, and for some reason Trueloke is making hoplites and really doing nothing with those hoplites. He went up with... That makes no sense. He went up with Hermes, but didn't do any Centaur raids. I don't know why he sent this rock in just to die. It's a little unusual. Ert is trying to get his trade up as soon as possible. That is coming. I'd like to see this army. I mean, this army well outclasses Wookie's army like now. I'd like to see this army just to start attacking. There's definitely back here there are villagers that can be attacked, and this is big here. Benji, because he's behind now, isn't able to grab his forward town center, and I don't think he's ever going to get it. Well, he might. If these get down there fast enough, that will prevent it. He needs to attack the town center with these 2 camels. Yep. He's distracting the whole army with this, and these will come down and get to, yep, so that's going to be stopped. Trueloke right now, all these pigs, really confusing me by the fact that he went up with Hermes and then just proceeded to make hoplites, which means his army so far has done absolutely nothing. Like, he's doing nothing except chasing after raiders that are much faster than him. Look at the damage these raiders are doing here. Like right now, TM is on the defensive everywhere. True Loke is on defense, Benji's on defense, Wookie's on defense, and you definitely don't want your Loki to be on defense. Oh, we do have an attack here. Never mind, I missed this. Kind of a greedy, semi-fast heroic, I feel. I missed that, so much for being on it. But yeah, you should be looking at that too. So we do have that town center down. Not really the end of the world, and we have Frost, which is going to eliminate flaming weapons for the most part. But we do still have 6 hearse here that can cause some problems. This is some good aggression here. Actually, if I were T2, I don't know if I'd send my whole army back. I almost would have just kept some pressure. Oh, looks like Urt is maybe going up through Tornado. Oh, not yet. Oh, and we do have Benji is helped up by shifting his whole army up here. That's interesting. Meanwhile, True Loke is waiting for an underworld, I think. Yeah, he's doing an underworld. I wonder if they're going to underworld up here. That actually would be huge if the underworld's right here. I would like to see him underworld right here. I don't know what he's waiting for. Like, honestly, if I think he underworld here, they would be able to do some pretty heavy damage to T2, but we do have this back shift here, which he might almost have to underworld to save Wookie. Yeah, True Look hasn't done much so far this game. Like, nice army, real slow. He needs the underworld to save his buddy. Because Wookie's screwed. Like, the aggression here is good, no problem at all, but the problem is Wookie is getting hurt more than T2 is, and I don't think Benji's going to be able to help out enough. Because Urt's at 3 town centers, actually 4 now with that one, and Benji's only at 2. And we got a little bit of a fight down here. This really is meaningless. The only thing that matters is the defense up here. And if they can't run through this, then Wookie's never gonna get anywhere. Because this aggression's over. And this isn't accomplishing much, because even if he does eventually push through here, he can just... Mista will just be able to cast Ragnarok anyway. Like, Urt right here, just by himself, is going to be able to do 2-on-1. But he's still preventing this town center from going up. This was a nice shifting stance here. Real good. This Blue's trying so hard just to get his own town center put up that he can't really help much here. And it's now that T2 is re-established his base, his army can go forward, and they're going to have essentially a 2-on-1 here. Because Wookie doesn't have much. True Loke doesn't have much either. I mean, yeah, he's getting this town center. It's kind of a suicide run right here. I don't really quite see the point in that, but yeah, man. They're never going to be able to get through this. Oh, Mista's going up with Tyr. He's up. Okay, he's just starting to go up. So I'm guessing when Tyr gets hit, if a pack of wolves spawn here, then Urt's going to go real heavy aggressive right here and probably be able to run through. Yeah, this is all Urt's focusing on now. True Loke is up. Mythic with... There's not much going on for him. Really, his only chance right now is to cast a pretty panicked underworld right here and throw it down. I really wish he would have underworlded in heroic age, but he didn't, so it's too late for that. Like, look at poor Wookie's villagers. They're doing nothing, and oh man, these birds are. You can't go that way. Oh. I mean, True Loke's score looks good on paper, but he really hasn't done too much, and he's just letting the Mista massively get huge eco and all of that. Meanwhile, they're never going to be able to get through this. And yeah, here's this pack of wolves. I'd like to see him just full on attack. The problem is right now he doesn't have quite enough siege units. He needs to lay off on the chariots just a tad. And yeah, Luki has resigned. Yeah. That is over. It was over. The main problem is that Benji got so far behind Urt due to being so slow. And then that's why Urt was able to prevent Benji from getting his forward town center for so long, and then was also able to put huge pressure on Wookiee while Benji was still way behind, and T2 and Demista just kind of played into a kind of a meaningless stalemate that Mista was winning it anyway. So that's game 1. We will have game 2, and just a reminder, this is just a 2-game series in the regular season. It's not like it's a best of 3 or best of 5. So I think we can all kind of anticipate that it's going to be a 2-0, but maybe TM has something up their sleeves. Some magical performance for game 2. Yeah, I don't understand why he went hops on watering hole. That was a little confusing to me. And did I miss anything in chat? Sound volume's okay. Looks like nobody complained. Let's see if there's gonna be any player changes. Actually, let me throw up while we're waiting on to throw up the kind of the transition stage, and I'll turn the mic off for now and be right back. Alrighty, here we go. Game 2, Team Migration. That's JSS's map. I love Team Migration, such a good map. Let me make sure I got my settings all good as soon as this loads up. Alrighty, I got the sound on, okay, we looking good. Alright, so Team Migration. Oh, let's turn this background music off, huh? There we go. And so on the bottom we got TM, and on the top we got JSS. We've got, for the TM gods, we got Zeus, Thor, and Zeus, so double Zeus plus Thor. On the top we got Kronos, Set, and Uranus. So we don't see this map too often, but when we do, it's awesome. This is a great map. I love it. You got water on, or obviously each team starts on an island. There's a big fat island in the middle. Lots of fish around. Everybody starts with a transport ship to scout around and check where the fish are. And then, of course, the main thing is the center island. As you can see, it's got 6 town centers on that center island, so it's important. Also got lots of gold. And the starting island, I believe, I think you only get just a small gold mine for each player, or medium gold mine, I guess it's technically. But there's not much gold on the starting islands at all. So generally what you see is a pretty frantic game in the middle of the map. There's a reason why they chose the gods that they did. Set has shifting sands so that you can shift right over. Kronos has time shift so that he can just shift buildings wherever he wants. And Zeus both, of course, get underworld. So we're probably going to see underworld, shifting sands, time shifts, all sorts of fun stuff. Uranus also gets the sky passages. Mista's got Set. He is renowned in RTSLeague games for taking like 20 town centers and booming for like 20 minutes and then taking over the world after that. So one thing to note is that the starting islands got spawned in L-shaped, kind of. Sometimes they can be if the maps kind of rotate a little bit. They'll just be one long thin band this way. So the reason I point that out is that on an L-shaped island, the trade route can't be as long as the other type of team migration spawn. So it's going to make the gold in the middle even more important because trade routes just won't be as good. Transporting buildings is handy. Yes, it is very handy, especially on this map because you can transport docks. Not everybody knows this, but you can transport docks. Technically it's called time shift. The caveat, though, if you want to call it that, for transporting your time shifting docks is that they have to face the same way. So if he wants to time shift this dock, you'd have to time shift it like right here so that it's facing the same way. And that's going to be useful if he wants to go that route, to like time shift a dock like way back here and just get some free easy harass on all of their fish. That'd be pretty cool. Also, if I were him, I would maybe even consider time shifting a temple to the mainland here, just to muck up their plans and make them take a while to advance. Trueloke is... What is he doing? He has no one on food, and all he's doing is creating fishing ships. Like, he is not making any villagers right now. He has ran out of food, even though he has a 3-pack of hippo right here. Ert's saying he's late, but nobody's going to be late compared to Trueloke here. It looks like he's finally realized he's got this pack of hippopotamus here. So that's pretty interesting. I like it. I like it. I like the 20 villagers on wood strat in Archaic Age. It works great. It would be terrible if you'd have like at least 2 docks, but he's just now getting his 2nd dock. I think the commands here don't work on this map. Yeah, I forgot to add them in. So I can't cheat and look at people's texts that they're researching and stuff. So Ert said he's late, and yeah, he is late. He's also housed right now. His villagers trained at 99%. and he has no house, so it's stuck, which is kind of a bit of a misplay for him. Also looks like he is transporting over right now, so he's probably not going to get his house built anytime soon. So this villager or citizen really wants to get out of this town center, but he's stuck. So it is a slow advance, about 515, 520. And now T2 is up. He does have a villager here. I'd assume that JSS is going to go kind of pretty straightforward and do some, yeah, yep, that's what they're doing. Just do some general middle of the island aggression. One sneaky strategy that you can use, it actually is fairly legitimate, is if TM just goes Fath Mythic for one of their Zeus and just underworlds to the original base, because then they get the, if JSS isn't ready for that, then they would get 12 town centers and JSS would only have 6, and while JSS would have all the gold, even a trade route on like this from here to here isn't terrible with the team bonus, and we do see True getting up with a massive 615 advance. So yeah, they're not going to be able to win this middle island. I'm not really sure what they're going to do. Though I don't believe, as far as I'm aware, that JSS did not choose Conquest, so theoretically, if a wonder were to be built, that would be a legitimate way of winning. And we do see Mista really forward, really shifting really far forward to get this town center. And I really don't see how TM's going to get any sort of presence on the mainland. I mean, this is their whole army right here. And Mystic is trying to build a base here, but he's going to be late. We have a forest fire that accomplishes almost nothing. True is up right now. I'm not really sure what he's planning to do, because he's not really doing much. And we do have the Mista getting some barracks here. So yeah, they're focused all in on the middle island here, which does mean that a sneak underworld attack to the base wouldn't be a bad idea, but I don't think TM is probably a bolt on a Wadjet. Not every day you see a bolt used on a Wadjet, but we did today. And man, they're already grabbing town center, another town center. Holy cow, JSS is somehow behind in score, but that's really just because they have town centers that are being built. And True, I think there's probably a lack of communication on TM's side, because True seems to be, yeah, he's going up heroic, while these guys are trying to fight 2-on-3 on the mainland, which that's not going to work out very well. Like, I'm guessing True probably didn't say, hey, I'm going to go heroic age, so I'm not going to make an army. Because otherwise, if they would have known that, they would have kind of waited to waste all their units like this. The only chance I see for TM is if they do this underworld attack to the base, but I mean, I don't see any. Well, they do have a few boats here. I don't see them doing that, but that could be a potential strategy they could use. But the fact that they are forward building here tells me that they're probably not going to do that. I mean, there's only 1,700 nuggets of gold left on this gold mine, and Mystic did take a second town center. True is up. I see people are really running True ragged in the chat. Please be nice. He's doing what he thinks is best. But yeah, they just have no presence at all. True is shifting over his Minotaur. And we have just a tiny bit of boat harass on the back end, but that's really not going to accomplish too much. Transporting his army from here to here. This is about the one golden moment right there. It was this longboat killing the slinger. Is he going up Mythic? Yeah, it sure is. So maybe they will try this sneak attack to the base. Or maybe True Look will try it. That looks like that's what his intent is. Again, not a terrible idea. They might get lucky. You guys just watch and chat. True Look is going to turn this game around with an Underworld right here. And then he's going to get flooded by double mercenaries. And he's going to fight through the double mercenaries and kill all these town centers. This town center, that town center, and he will destroy. Meanwhile, JSS has grabbed almost every town center on the mainland except for these two. Benji is up heroic. We're getting some villagers shifted over without an ox cart. And Benji has used flaming weapons really just to buy some time. One thing I'm surprised with Set being able to build docks with fishing ships. I'm kind of surprised that Mista didn't like build a dock up here with fishing ships and get a really huge fish boon. It'd also be nice if Mystic would kind of fight with his buddy here. Flaming weapons all well and good, but he's still being double teamed here. I don't know where Ert's army was, kind of out of position, but I mean they're fighting through a flaming weapons here and have destroyed it rather easily. And yeah, True Look is setting up a sneak attack, it looks like, but he has no line of sight back here. So yeah, he's up. I think he's going to do an Underworld here, and that's not going to do anything for him. So we got the Plenty Vault. Do have some, okay, at least he's got his fishing upgrades. That's cool. Hope everybody does. Yeah. You got the Leviathan there. A little bit of stalemate. I'm surprised that JSS isn't being a little more aggressive with their land advantage here. And just pushing this completely off. Like right now, Benji is being able to mine gold and he shouldn't be able to, because they've got a huge land advantage. Alright, so they were anticipating the Underworld there, and they tradered actually a unit, and this is their last gasp for line of sight, is this boat here, which they did see because they pinged it. What is this troll map? It's, oh, here comes the Leviathan though to try to intercept, but oh, come on. There, he's gonna lose this boat, and that's gonna be the end of anything. Oh jeez. Alright, well there goes the Underworld. The only use Underworld could have would be to the mainland, so that's all screwed up now. Oh gee, why wouldn't you have made it at least like a Pegasus or something? Like now it's gonna be too late. If he could have gotten an early Underworld, it would have been something, but now it's too late. Now it is too late, because now he has this whole army that's doing nothing, and he can't even use Underworld. The only other option would be to send this Ulfsark over here and Underworld over here. Man, that's frustrating. You can see that Ert's already beginning his trade route. And yeah, now he's just shifting his army to the mainland because he realizes the Underworld isn't going to work out. We've got a couple behemoths just ravaging. Because they're still essentially fighting a 2v3 on here, though Kronos does not exactly have anything. I don't know where this vision was cast. I'm not sure. He cast vision, but I don't know where he used it. Unless it was here. Yeah, it was here, wasn't it? Which that's kind of unusual. Why did he cast vision there? What kind of Age of Empires is this? Age of Mythology, not Age of Empires 2. Alright, so finally, True at the 15-minute mark put an army on the mainland, while his allies over here are getting smashed. They're way behind in eco, way behind in town centers. Even if he runs through this like a magic man, it doesn't matter, it's too late. He does have a trade route. I'll give him that. But yeah, like now it's too late to even do Underworld, even if he wanted to, because there you got Sky Passages. So, yeah, kind of a steamroll. The 15-minute aggression. Bellerophon should be able to kill all this pretty easily, though. Okay, we did get a trader on the Colossus. Use to micro his Bellerophon a little bit and kill these myth units. There we go. And that's kind of the end of this aggression. And we'll move over here, and yeah, we can see that this is all destroyed as well. What's this relic? Yeah, I haven't heard of it. So he killed the town center and lost his whole army. He is trying to rebuild, but they're just, yeah, they're just so far behind. Let's look at the post game real quick. Equal, they're not too far behind, but they're getting further and further behind. The main thing is going to be military units. You can see how far behind they are. They're currently like 45 military units behind, and they're going to stay that far behind. But we have Meteor right here. I like Meteor, it looks cool. Let's see what it does. Well, it meet its maximum of building damage, so it can't damage any more buildings. Meteor is kind of an underwhelming God of Horror that looks cool, but doesn't do a whole lot. So yeah, old poor TM's been pushed off the mainland completely, except for True the hero. But it's not happening. The only chance now is if they build a wonder. I want to see Mystic Clicks build a wonder. Actually, it'd have to be True because Mystic Clicks has nothing. Does he even have okay, he is getting his military upgrade, so at least he's got that going for him. And yeah, poor Benji is nothing at all. He is up with tier, which isn't going to help much. Yeah, I hope they realize that they can build a wonder. I want to see True start building a wonder. That would be awesome. They're just so far behind there. Oh man. They just weren't ready for this map. They didn't know what to do. It's not like it's very complicated. I mean, you just moved to the mainland, but they didn't do that as a team, and that really screwed them. So we've got tier that isn't going to change anything. Got a double pack of wolves spawning right there, and another one there. That's it. They're killing a lot of trade. But yeah. I'd like to think that there's some way that TM could win this, but there isn't. I just don't understand the mindset behind them, that These two who attacked early and TrueLoke did nothing. And they probably were intending to do an Underworld here, but even that they scuffed. I mean, Pegasus don't cost any pop, so why not make a few and send them up here? And we've got a Vortex down here. That's going to clean this up because, as we can see, Benji's army, well, it's right here. Oh, man. And that's it. They resign. So that is a pretty quick series here. 2-0 for JSS to start off the season. A little bit of miscommunication here amongst TM, and JSS played it pretty well. They're pretty good, and of course TM is going to complain about the map just because they don't know how to play on it, which again is not very hard. Didn't know there's only one gold mine in the base. Well, if you'd scout, you'd realize that. I mean, you should have known. But TrueLoke, he's got a good attitude. He knows that the rest of the team's gonna lose a JSS too, so losing 2-0 doesn't matter. Let's take a quick look at the post game and see all resource total. Yeah, they really faded at the end. Military units, they were behind all game. Settlements. Ooh. Ouch. Ouch. Score. Ooh, they were up here. Look at that. And they're almost got half as much at the 20-minute mark. So that's it. That is this first series here. I do believe, and let me check to make sure, that we do have a game later today. At, yeah, .B against Frost is scheduled actually in an hour from now. I imagine we'll have somebody streaming that, 22 GMT, which should put that as, let's see, minus 6:16, yeah. Yep, about 43 minutes. We have another match for you today on this Friday. It's the Friday Spectacular. We will update this, JSS 2 to 0. Carrying the stream for a bad game. Well, it's alright. I mean, TM isn't terrible. They got individually some decent players, but I don't think they're really team game oriented as a whole. Like TrueLoke, really more of a 1v1 player. So thanks all for watching. Looks like we did get right around 100 viewers, which that's pretty cool. So appreciate all of those that came on and watched the game. And just a reminder, like I just got done saying, we are anticipating some more games in about 50 minutes from now, and I'm not sure yet who will be streaming, what channel it'll be on, but just stay tuned and it'll be somewhere for you guys. So thanks again for watching, and we will catch you guys some other time.